Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alfi Syahri Sinaga, and I will explain to you all and whoever watching this video about comparison of Indonesia current economic condition and in the past new order and reform. So I will explain to you. The first title is New Order. Corruption particularly gained momentum in the 1990s, reaching to the highest level of the political hierarchy as Suharto became the most corrupt leader according to Transparency International. As a result, the legal system was weak and there was no effective way to enforce contracts, collect debts, or sue for bankruptcy. Banking practices were very unsophisticated, with collateral-based lending the norm and widespread violation of prudential regulation, including limits on connected lending, non-tariff barriers, rent-seeking by state-owned enterprises, domestic subsidies, barriers to domestic trade and export, restriction, all created economic distortion. The effect of the crisis was severe. By November 1997, rapid currency depreciation had seen public debt reach 60 billion US dollar, imposing severe strains on the government's budget. In 1998, real GDP contracted by 13.1% and the economy reached its low point in mid-1999, with 0.8% real GDP growth. Inflation reached 72% in 1998, but slowed to 2% in 1999. The rupiah, which had been in the 2,600 rupiah per $1 US range at the start of August 1997, fell to 11,000 in $1 by January 1998, with spot rates around 15,000 for brief periods during the first half of 1998. It returned to the 8,000 in $1 range at the end of 1998 and has generally traded in the 8,000 to 10,000 for $1 range ever since, with fluctuations that are relatively predictable and gradual. However, the rupiah began devaluing past 11,000 in 2013, and as of November 2016 is around 13,000 US dollar, and in 2020 right now it's reached about 14,000 and almost 15,000. And the reform in the after B.J. Habibie is the president, and then Gus Dur, and in late 2004 Indonesia faced a mini crisis due to international oil prices rises and imports. The currency exchange rate reached 12,000 in $1 before stabilizing under President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. The government was forced to cut its massive fuel subsidies, which were planned to cost 14 billion in October 2005. This led to more than doubling in the price of consumer fuels, resulting in double-digit inflation. The situation had stabilized, but the economy continued to struggle with inflation at 17% in late 2005. Economic outlook became more positive as the 2000s progressed. Growth accelerated to 5.1% in 2004 and reached 5.6% in 2005. Real per capita income has reached fiscal levels in 1998 and 1996 to 1997. Growth was driven primarily by domestic consumption, which accounts for roughly 3/4 of Indonesia's gross domestic product or GDP. The Jakarta Stock Exchange was the best performing market in Asia in 2004, up by 42%. Problems that continue to put a drag on growth include low foreign investment level and widespread corruption, which cost 51.4 trillion or like 5.6 billion US dollar, or approximately 1.4% of GDP annually. However, there is a robust economic optimism due to the conclusion of the peaceful 2004 election. In 2012, Indonesia real GDP growth reached 6%. Then it steadily decreased below 5% until 2015. After Joko Widodo succeeded SBY, the government took measures to ease regulation for foreign direct investment to stimulate the economy. Indonesia managed to increase their GDP's growth slightly above 5% in 2016 to 2017. However, the government is currently still facing problems such as currency weakening, decreasing export, and stagnating consumer spending. The current unemployment rate for 2019 is at 5.3%. I think that's all about Indonesia's current economic condition. I can tell you the in the what right apa in the 2020 because the data I can watch is still in 2019. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.